and gentlemen, to a quick news broadcast of Jerusalem's Gate. I hope you're doing good on the Lord's Day. Well, we got a news broadcast. I know we've been doing a lot of back to the street ministry. We're getting very aggressive with that, and we got big plans for that. But there's some news that's going on in Israel that you have to be aware of. Today is the third day that Israel and a jihadist group, Palestinian Islamic Jihad group, have been battling back and forth. 3 days ago, Israel struck a location in Palestinian where these terrorist leaders were meeting. And it started an all-out confrontation. Now, is this going to be a long, drawn-out battle? Something serious? We don't know. We don't know yet. But this is what you're seeing. This is another sign. And it fits in what we've been saying. Wars and rumors of wars. As we get closer to the rapture or the day of God, you heard me say it a million times, these signs, wars and rumors of wars being one of them, will increase in severity and frequency as we get closer to the day of God or the return of Christ. What comes first? The Bible doesn't guarantee us. We just can pray, and the Lord will be done. But I got a video from I-24 News that goes. It's only 2 minutes long. It goes over everything. I ask you to please watch it. It's very, very pathetical what's going on in Israel right now. We know that Jerusalem is the center of the universe. That's God's country. God is called the living God of Israel for a reason. And these jihad, you heard me say many, many years ago, look for these new jihadist groups popping up with different names all the time. They'll pop up and they have one goal. They go after Israel. Well, they're running into the fist of the Almighty God, the living God of Israel. That's what's happening. And I'm not saying Israel can't do no wrong. The nation of Israel can do no wrong. I'm just saying that's God's country. And God is called the living God of Israel for a reason. But here comes a video, 2 minutes long. Please watch it. It's very pathetical what's going on. Wars and rumors of wars. Here it comes.
Israel's Breaking Dawn military operation continues hunting down the leadership of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad in Gaza. But just who are the terrorists who have had Israel under the gun recently?
You heard Sheikh Bassam Saadi, who is not just a commander of the Islamic Jihad here, he is a religious figure. This is a religious issue. This situation will not go on. We are awaiting instructions from Gaza how to respond. We are in this war with Gaza together.
Armed with rockets, advanced drones, and anti-tank weapons, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad is second only to Hamas in its power and influence in Gaza. And it is part ally and part rival, vying for control of the same turf. PIJ spawned from the Islamist Muslim Brotherhood Party in 1981 and immediately began to wage war against Israel with a group charter that calls for the total annihilation of the Jewish state. And it received funding and weapons directly from Israel's archenemy, Iran.
Our fight is not with the people of Gaza. Islamic Jihad is an Iranian proxy that wants to destroy the state of Israel and kill innocent Israelis. The head of Islamic Jihad is in Tehran as we speak.
Iran's fingerprints can be found on the funding, but also on the weapons the group is armed with. Iranian-made missiles and advanced armed drones that Gaza cannot domestically produce, and in direct meeting between PIJ leadership and Iran's regime. But the group manages to surpass even Hamas in radicalism, calling any political solution a betrayal.
We share the same Islamic identity. From a strategic point of view, there's no difference between us and Hamas, only a tactical difference. We reject participation in the elections because we believe that the basis of the Palestinian Authority is the Oslo Agreement.
Unlike Hamas, the PIJ rejects even long ceasefires as beneficial to Israel. This has put the group at odds with Hamas in the past, notably in 2019 after PIJ leader Baha Abu al-Atta was assassinated and the PIJ launched attacks on Israel, even as Hamas didn't want escalation. But escalation is the group's identity.
I don't agree with Hamas's idea of a long ceasefire with Israel, because Israel will only use the time to make things worse.
Now, 3 years later, Israel finds itself in the same struggle with its neighbors. Islamic Jihad once more calling the shots on the border, and Hamas trying not to bring Israel's wrath down on their own leaders. Is there a way out?